Hey, good morning, folks. Bradley Cross here, BJ's Outdoors. Hey, down here on the Tennessee River this morning. Gonna start out doing a little dragging, man. Might do a little suspending after a while. We're in a whole new area, man. I've never fished this part of the Tennessee River ever. Never been up this far, to be honest with you. We're in the part of the river where it gets narrow. It's probably about a quarter mile wide, maybe a little wider than that. But it, concentrates the current and the fish, in the smaller areas. I don't make them any easier to catch, but it makes them easier to find. Where the lower end down there, man, it's a mile wide. It makes it harder to find the fish. But with the thermocline going on, man, the fish are so sluggish down there. Last trip I was out, I didn't do too bad, but I could tell the conditions was gonna get tough. I thought, man, it'd be a great time to go check some new water and get in some of this skinny river type stuff. We're gonna be using bluegill today. That's all I got is bluegill. I'm not fooling with no skipjack no more. If I see some jumping, I may cast at them, but I'm not gonna try to go catch any. I'm just gonna stick with the bluegill. I got 100% confidence in bluegill right now. So got good current, man. Got about 30,000 running through right now. Supposed to get stronger as the morning goes on. It's gonna be hot today, so we won't be out here too long. But y'all get to ride along with me and check out some new water. So y'all stay tuned. Let's see what we can do. Not using my cat stumper rig today. I got peg floats on here with a rattle. Reason being, I'm dragging in a new place, and I really don't want to lose my cat stumper. So I don't know how this bottom is here. It may be terrible. Like I said, it's just all about dragging a new area. That's the size bluegill I'm using right there. Most of them, all of them that size, about a hand size. And I cut the tail off, cut them right in half, and that gives me 2 pieces of baits. Fall's just right around the corner, and it's gonna start cooling off, man. Fishing's gonna get great again. I'm just kind of looking for some different water, man, to fish. I'm fixing to start doing a little more traveling, getting out of my comfort zone. I think it makes you a better fisherman to get away sometimes and try new stuff, and it gives you a little different view on things. You fishing another body of water or even another section of the river. It's a whole nother ball game. It makes a big difference. We're gonna start out pulling 0.3. Right now we're in 20 foot of water, so we're starting out shallow. This section right through here is shallow anyway from one side to the other. I think the deepest part of it's about 25. I do that outside board. It's probably in about 25 foot. That inside board is probably up in about 12 foot, and I just stair step out as it gets deeper. I'm excited about it, man. I love fishing new stuff, new areas. I am one of the guys. If the bite's good in the area, stay in that area. Cause why go looking for more fish, better fish when you're catching about the best quality fish you're gonna catch in the area you're fishing. I'm not one to just run around and struggle. Because I know at some point during the year I'm gonna struggle regardless. So when the fishing's good, I stay in that area. And it's been good to me down on the lower end. Caught a lot of fish down there, a lot of big fish. But I'm ready for a change, And like I said, this is all new stuff to me, and it'll just help me, coming into the fall when the fishing starts getting good. It just gives me another option. I think we got one hung up back there. That's to be expected in a new area, man. Like I said, you don't never know. That's the reason I didn't want to tie them cat stumpers on, because I know at any time I could run across a tree or a rock pile or anything. Oh, there we go, folks. Man. That one caught me off guard. Wasn't paying attention. I wasn't expecting to get a bite that quick. Let me slow this thing down a little bit. Good fish right there, man. Doesn't come up back here, but we pulling against this strong current. I mean, it ain't strong, but it's, tell you what, I'm fixing to fatten the eye pop loose. Had one about to hang up over there, and it still may hang up. No, it came loose. It came off the planer board, but it's alright. Get this rascal here in. Now it hung up. Heck yeah, it's a good fish. But you ain't gonna make it easy on me, are you, buddy? I can't tell how I got it hooked. Oh yeah, good fish right there, man. Oh, mate. Heck yeah, man. That ain't good fish. Anywhere you go, but definitely being somewhere that you hadn't never fished before. Here we go, folks. That ain't good blue to start with right there, man. Scarred up from the spawn. Well, alright. Let's get it back and see if we can pick us up a new one. Or another one in a new spot. Alright, you be nice for a minute. There you go. Thank you, Lord. Man, that's awesome when you can run up on a good one that soon. As soon as you start. And you know, if I catch another one up through here, then I'll establish a pattern. That's what you got to do in a new area. Find a fish and then try to establish a pattern. I'm probably gonna have to go back and get this one. I'm not gonna break it off if I can help it. Well, all right. Let's get regrouped and get at it again. What I usually look for in a new place like this, especially on ledges, out in the, if you're in a river flat or something, it's a little different. Just kind of got to look for holes or depressions and stuff. But like this section here, it's got a ledge on the north side and south side. You got these straight ledges, that don't have any kind of turns or points or anything in them. I try to stay away from them. Not saying you're not going to catch a fish on them. I mean, I'm pulling through some right now, that's straight, and then all of a sudden you'll come to a turnout, a little point that bumps off the ledge, or a little cut that goes up in the ledge. That's where your fish are going to be, especially if you sit up in these strong current parts of the river. I have fished areas of the river like this, just not this section. I've never been up this far. Today they're running about 25, 26,000. And that's perfect current flow for doing what I'm doing. It's enough to push the fish up on the ledges and get them out of this main current. They'll come up on these ledges and get behind these points or in these cuts just to get out of the current. Now you will catch some out of it, but that's what I look for when I'm breaking down a body of water. I got on avionics last night and looked at it, and I could find there's some cuts up through here and some points, kickouts and stuff. And this is not the best section of the river. It's a lot better on upriver. But I wanted to start here because I don't like passing up fish to go find other fish, if that makes any sense. But we're gonna keep on trucking up through here, man. Like I said, so far, done pretty good. We didn't drag 100 yards and caught that one. That was a dang good start for sure. So if we can catch another one like it, you know, that gives us a pattern. But right now, we're just gonna say that one with luck. If we catch another good fish, or even another fish, period, if it's a decent fish, I can set up a pattern and kind of work off that. Right through here, folks, is a spot I was really excited about getting to. We're almost to it. We're maybe 50, 75 yards from it, but it could start at any time. But this whole stretch right here, about a 100-yard stretch, man, it sure does look good. It's got a lot of turns in and out. Drops off a little deeper. It's an awesome place to pick up a big fish, or fish in general. You know, we're not necessarily looking for big fish today, but I'm gonna quit lying. We are looking for big fish, but we're just fishing, man. Trying to have some fun, checking the body of water. But like I said, when I get up on these, come close to these stretches that I've found on Navionics, you know, I get excited about it, man, because I just know where they're set up. You know, especially with this current. I ain't used to this good current flow, man. I love this. I could anchor up anywhere I want and be perfectly fine. Can't do that in my area. It's a whole nother ball game down there. Another thing I like to do when I looking into a new area, while I'm dragging, I'll keep my side scan on, and that way I can see, you know, if there's any trees over here. If you run across something you want to fish later on, you know, mark it and you come back fishing. I don't use my side scan a whole lot in the areas of the river that I already fish, because I already know it. But you know, when you go to a new area, you need everything you can to be in your favor, and that's where side scanning down imaging comes into play. Like I said, you can drag down through here, and when you run across something, you know, you'll see it on your planer board. It may be a tree, maybe a rock pile, maybe a point, cut, whatever. But you know, I can tell the points and the cuts off my GPS. But my other graph just shows. I've used it for my fish finder, and I put it on side scan, and that way anything, I got mine set on 80 foot, so anything from the center of the boat out 80 foot that I run across, you know, like I said, whether it be a tree or rock pile, anything I want to try to come back and set up on, maybe anchor on, I can mark that and come back to it. Oh, there's one right there. I knew we'd get bit, folks. There you go. Oh man, he come off. There you go. Yep, that is definitely worth getting a bite on this one too. Yep. You gonna take it, big boy? Yeah, he got it. Yep. I knew there'd be some fish here, folks. Oh man. Yay. I'm definitely gonna mark that spot. Man. That'd be a good place to anchor up on right there. We ain't completely through it yet. We're right in the center of it, and the bait's just got to it. Man. Can't get them all. At least we know they're down there. I don't know what happened on that other one, but you see that scale right there? That's what cost me that fish. Which I do check them, but it, you know, may have turned into the fish, turned into the bait when I casted it out. But it'll definitely cost you one. That was two fish at the same time right there that I should have caught. Tell you what, it warms up fast. It was a little chilly this morning when I first got out here. That boat ride, I'm about 10 miles from the truck. And that kind of, you get that northeast wind. Puts a little chill on the water, which I love it, man. I can't wait till it gets cold. Oh. There we go, folks. Can't tell how big he is yet. I don't think he ain't big as that other one for sure. I don't think. Nah, he ain't as big as that other one. Hey, we'll take him over. That's 3 fish off that spot. 2 bites and caught this one. Oh, well, we ain't caught him yet. We hooked up with him. But I think with these 2 and the other 2 bites I got, my pattern's pretty solid. Hey, come here, boy. Quit doing that. Pretty solid pattern though to start with. Or gives us something to start with anyway. Like I said, we're not gonna stay out here long. I just want to come check this area right here, man, because it looks so good. And I wanted to do something different. You know, once you find the areas that they're in, you know, man, they're doing some blowing up something upriver up here. Alright, folks, nice blue. Hey, now, don't be mean to me. These fish up here don't know me, folks. They want to act a fool because they think I'm going to hurt them. They think I'm going to put them in the cooler. Folks, I don't know what y'all seen of that. I heard my camera cut off and something going on with that right there. I had to change my battery out. Yeah, he's still on there. Yeah, he's still on there. I didn't even know one hit it. He must have hit when I was up there jacking around with my camera. He ain't no big one either, but hey, we'll take him, man. Like I said, we're just trying to find some new waters to fish, man. You gotta find the fish to locate the big fish. And I think we done found the fish. That's a little better than that last one. Come on in here, boy. That's why I hate leaving my hooks hanging down like that right there, because it definitely can cause you some trouble. If that was a big fish, I'd be in trouble. I just got that other one off and got him released, and I was up there fooling with my camera, so he caught me with my pants down. Let's see here, you hooked, yeah, he hooked pretty good. Get in here, boy. Another nice blue there, folks. Thank you, buddy. Go tell your mom and daddy I need to see them. We're getting some bites up through here, folks. Tickled to death for finding this, you know. I wish I had some skipjack, but of course that's out of the question right now. You know, I could probably run around and catch 1 or 2 here and there, but I'm not gonna waste that time because it's so hot this time of year, man. I try to use what opportunities I got to fish to chase the fish that I'm after, you know, because I already got to spend part of one day that I'm off work catching bait. But I am off today, I'm off tomorrow, so I got bait for today and I got bait for tomorrow. One good thing about bluegill, when you find them, you can usually catch all you want. I had to get me a cup of coffee. Hadn't had my coffee yet this morning. You know, when you're out fishing new waters like this, you know, sometimes it's a whole lot easier to eliminate dead water than it is to find good water. You know, like this stretch up through here, I've drug 300 or 400 yards, but there's only a couple 100 yards, 100-yard pieces of it that's good. So you eliminate that. But when you're dragging, for me, it's a lot easier just keep on dragging through a section than it is to pull them up and move up. Now, if it's a real hot spot and I got a big section of dead water between where I am and where I'm going, then I'll roll them up and pull up. But like I said, you never know, because there's fish on these straightaways too. It's just there'll be log jams, rock piles, or just a little depression on this, these straight banks, and they'll sit up on them too. But the majority of the fish that I've caught, in my experience, and this is just opinionated, through what I've done in my years of catfishing, they'll sit up on the points or the cuts, stuff like that. But don't ever just straight up eliminate, the straight banks, because sometimes they'll get on them too. We're gonna pull back up here in the mouth of this creek, see if I can get me a skipjack. I feel like they're probably white bass, but we're gonna check and see. And then we're gonna probably run on up a little further and start over and try again. Like I said, I know that section right there's got some fish on it. We're just gonna go on upriver a little piece and try to replicate what we're doing down here, maybe get on some bigger fish. Don't have a lot of time out here. Like I said, it's already getting hot. My camera is running through my batteries pretty quick. I done went through one. And when it's hot like this, it knocks about an hour off of them. But it was nice this morning, man, but it don't take long once that sun comes out. The little cool snaps don't last that long. Got one on right there, folks. I got one hung up back there. And I was fixing to reel them up. Go back and get it. I just spotlight right here. This one took off. It's a rough bottom through here where I'm at now. May have to end up moving from here. Done broke one off and just got started back. Hung up again. It's a young guy here, no big one. It's crazy how they do that, man. You drag through there, just that sudden change in the speed can trigger a bite. Like I said, I just hit spot lock on this thing. I was fixing to roll these three up and get these. Go back and try to get my dragon weight stuff unhung. Man, that there's hooked in the bottom lip. Huh. I don't know what's up with that, man. Normally you don't have a lot of hookups like that, but I've had 3 fish this morning hooked up in the bottom lip. Hey, you ain't got to make all that racket, boy. He was hooked good for sure. That's a nice blue. Like I said, we on the fish. We just gotta probably come back at another day and dial it in and get on the bigger fish. Yeah. We're in a little bit deeper water here. You gotta make sure they're ready before you turn them loose. Oh man, I jumped the gun on him. Got excited, folks. On any normal day, that stretch back behind me right here, I know it's fish there. We caught one pretty good fish. But any other time, I would just go back and pull back down and re-drag that, because I know there's fish in there. And I'm sure there's some big fish in there. You may have to move out a little further, but with us experimenting like this, man, I like to cover as much water as I can in a day. Now, if I come back, tomorrow or next week, whatever, if I come back to this section of the river, I'll start back where I caught fish, and I'll try to fine tune it. If I come back through there again on the next trip and I catch a few fish, then I'll pull back down and keep pulling it. You eventually figure out what the big fish are doing. But it's just kind of explaining what I'm doing, because like I said, I know back there there's fish, and I know I can pull back there and catch them. But I'm just gonna keep going as far as I can in this trip. Uh, and then eliminating the water, and then when I come back the next time, I put a waypoint, where I've caught fish, so I know the stretch to start in the next time. Where the last 150 yards I hadn't caught anything. Uh, I want to fish this stretch. I'm not saying that this stretch won't be good next time I come, but today it's dead water. So you got to eliminate the dead water. That's the most important thing. Got one bumping on that right there. Get it? Yeah, you got it. He wants to swim up current, but he ain't no big one though. He just thinks he's a meaning. Little bitty. Well, he ain't no little bitty, but he's a mean rascal. I know that. Yeah, you ain't going nowhere. Tell you what I am gonna do though, before I sit you down. It's starting to get a little warm. Put you some water back there if you'll stay still. Nice little blue though. Be a good one for somebody to eat if I eat them. Most of all my bites have come off this side, which is where this ledge comes down right here. Like I said, I can't get up on top of it because it's a lot of laydowns in there. It'd be perfect for fishing, anchor fishing. And I'm kind of looking, man. I'm exploring, trying to find places to anchor fish. Like I said, because I know for a fact this place is probably loaded with flathead. Too much timber in the water, good current flow and everything. I feel like it's a good place to target flathead. But we're just in here kind of exploring. But I have noticed that most of my bites have come from that side. And when I did get a bite off this side, it was when I was tucked in. This inside board was closer to the ledge. But it's not a. And I feel like out there, most of that's dead water, because it's just a straight. Get a bite on that. It's just a straight bottom across here to the other side. There's a occasional hole here and there. That would be something out there I would suspend drift. I'd get off this ledge just a little bit and drop 2 rods out suspended, and then just let the current drift me down. When I get as close as I think I need to get to the ledge, like that one there, it's almost hung up. It may be hung. It may pop loose. It did, but every time I get close enough to where I can catch the fish, or where most of the bite's coming from, I start getting hung up. So I know the fish are kind of tucked up on that ledge where it comes down. And it goes from, it ain't real steep. It's probably 10 foot on top, and then it drops off here to 24 foot. So it's not a steep drop. But you see that one, it's just bouncing off all kind of stuff. But where that 10 foot deep is right there used to be that bank. It's just where the current come through here and washed the bank off, and trees fell in, and it's 10 foot deep right there. The original channel starts where it drops off, and that's about where my boards are. That first one out there, it starts right when it starts to drop off, which is changing down through here. I'm having to kind of bob and weave in and out of it, but like I said, for an area that we never fished in before, and no further than we pulled, I'm perfectly tickled with it. Just just finding something different, you know. Like I said, I'll use this. You know, it might not be no real big fish right here right now, but who says, you know, 3 or 4 weeks when it starts cooling off, or even this winter, that this may be loaded with monster fish. You know, you still want to stay in your element of what you have confidence in. You know, if I didn't have any confidence in the way this looked up through here, I wouldn't be fishing. I'd be somewhere else. But you know, I don't, like I said, you can't really tell where the big fish are. You just kind of got to fish the areas where you think they are, and once you find fish, you know, any fish at all, then you can kind of fine tune it and see if you can catch any big ones. Now, if it was in the cooler part of the year, you know, where I could stay out here all day, then that's what I would do. I'd stay out here all day, and I'd eventually find where the big fish are congregated at, you know. But you're not going. I'm not going to sit out here in this, you know, 95 degree sun and just baking, you know, just catch that kind of fish. I'm sitting there trying to keep myself on track here. I was turning the boat a little bit, man. This joker took off. I don't think he's that big, but man, he sure was pulling drag like he was. He's coming to me right now. Don't get that other line. Don't get that other line. You're gonna get that other line, ain't you? There's some mean old rascals up here, man. Even the smaller fish are mean. I'm gonna bring you around on this side. Yeah, you ain't going nowhere, that's for sure. Well, it's definitely loaded with that size fish. You know, other than a couple 100-yard spots, but like I said, it ain't worth, you know, picking up and starting over when you can just go ahead and pull through it. Here's another blue cat. I think what they're doing is, golly, they're filling me out, folks. They sending them young guys up here, make sure I ain't got no cooler in my boat. And then them big ones will bite once they figure that out and know that I'm not gonna keep any of them. All right, folks, we're finna wrap this one up, man. They got hot out here. Finna get on to the house. I need to try to gather me up a few more bluegill for my next trip. I may be able to come out tomorrow. If not, it'll be the next day. I've got some in my cooler, but I usually try to get them before the trip, you know, and that way I can start fishing as early as I can in the morning for catfish. Because, you know, this time of year, man, the water temperature hot as it is and the sun beaming, this fish, man, the bite don't last long. You know, I wish we'd get some cloudy weather. You know, I love fishing cloudy days in the summer because it's the bite, you know, it'll last a lot longer in the mornings and pick up earlier in the evening. So you get a lot better time on the water and get in that bite window. But anyway, I appreciate y'all riding along with me, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the trip. I'll catch y'all on the next one. See y'all then, and God bless you.